Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Meerschaum pipes, Meerschaum 101. What is Meerschaum? Why does a Meerschaum pipe matter? What do I look for when I'm trying to get a Meerschaum pipe? If I'm looking for a Meerschaum pipe, is there concerns I need to have? I have purchased a lot of Meerschaum pipes. If I'm smoking a tobacco pipe, 7 times out of 10 it's going to be a Meerschaum pipe. I have a lot of opinions on Meerschaum pipes, on what makes a good Meerschaum pipe and what doesn't. I want to share all of those with you today, starting with what is Meerschaum and why it matters. If you do go to purchase a Meerschaum pipe, which can be expensive, it can be $100, $200, $500, even $2-3 grand for figural pipes that are carved, intricate pieces of art. I want to help you be able to make an informed decision so that you're not like I am, where I purchased probably 6 Meerschaum pipes before I figured out exactly what I liked and didn't like. And that is a lot of money to have wasted. And those first 5 pipes, I got rid of. I sold to other folks because I didn't like them, didn't need them. And I wished I had had the video I'm making right now to tell me what I needed to know. Because for me, I need a pipe that is going to be functional. Function over form every single bit. I need it to work well consistently without having issues, and that's what I'm going to focus on when it comes to the opinion part. What is Meerschaum? The word Meerschaum is a German word for seafoam, but this isn't actually seafoam. It is a mineral called sepiolite, a hydrated magnesium silicate. This mineral is found all over the world, but the purest and widest form of it is found in Eskişehir, Turkey. Now, in Eskişehir, Turkey, families own these mines, and they pass these mines down from generation to generation. And the quantity of quality Meerschaum that we get has gone down in recent years, which has caused the price of Meerschaum pipes to increase and go up. That's one of the reasons why they're so expensive, is because this mineral is so difficult to obtain in this white, pure form. Sepiolite, that's what this is. What Meerschaum is, sepiolite. Sepiolite is used in industrial applications for its qualities in heat resistance and filtration. It soaks up anything in the air or in the immediate vicinity of it. It soaks up like a sponge, and it doesn't transfer heat very well at all, which makes for a cool and dry smoke. Now, talk about the second point about what it soaks up. In a video that the Whittling Piper did on his YouTube channel, he's a German fella, great video, and I highly suggest you watch it. I'll link it down below. In his video, when he's talking about Meerschaum, he puts a block of Meerschaum into a glass of water, and at the beginning of the video, that block of Meerschaum weighs 108 grams. By the end of his 20-minute talk, he pulls it out of the water, and the water level is significantly lower, and it weighs at that point 178 grams. That is, by his estimation, 70 milliliters of water that was soaked into the block of Meerschaum during a 20-minute talk. That is amazing, and it illustrates our point quite clearly. The Meerschaum is going to be soaking up anything that comes into contact with it. It's going to take tar, it's going to take nicotine, and it's going to soak that into the Meerschaum itself. What that does is it causes the Meerschaum to color and patina. This beautiful brown patina will start to come into form on your pipe as you smoke it, and that is wonderful. The more you smoke a Meerschaum pipe, the faster it's going to color. The more you smoke a Meerschaum pipe in quick succession, the faster it's going to color. So if I smoke it once a week, every week for a year, and get 365 smokes, it will color. But if I smoke it 365 times in a row over the course of 3 weeks, it will color far, far, far more than if I'd smoked it the exact same amount of times over the course of a year. Why? Think back to that block of Meerschaum in that thing of water. It soaked it up, right? It soaked up all that water. As it starts to soak things up, if it's full of something and it just evaporates out and you do it again, you don't get that much in it. But while it's still full, if you keep pushing more into it, more into it, more into it, more into it, that will start to color the Meerschaum faster, more quickly, more efficiently. So if you want your Meerschaums to color, you're going to need to smoke it often and in quick succession. Not like immediately, but don't give it a lot of rest. Don't keep waiting for it. Don't give it a week. Don't give it a month. Just keep smoking it. Just make that your pipe for a time, and make that the pipe that you go to for a time if you want to see it color quickly. Let's talk about my opinions on Meerschaum. and what they are. To start with on this, I am very opinionated on what I do like or don't like about Meerschaums, and you're going to have opinions too, and please share them down below. Not everyone will agree with my opinions on Meerschaum. I'm going to do my best to show you where those opinions are and what the facts are, what I have seen happen when it comes to Meerschaum, and why I go in one direction or the other. The goal here is to make it so that you can make an informed decision when you go to purchase a Meerschaum, so you're not like me and returning several because you don't like the way that they worked out or you don't like the way that they were when you got them. I want to make it to where you can watch this video and say, you know what, Johnny liked this, this, and this. I like this one point he made, and the other 2 points he made don't really bother me or don't really matter to me. And then when you make a purchase of $300 or $200 on a pipe, you're not going to regret it more likely. That's the goal here. You'll feel like you have went into this decision knowing more about what you were looking for, and that's the entire goal here. Now, this video is also sponsored by MBSD Pipes. MBSD Pipes and I have had a relationship that I want to make clear on here. I had purchased my first pipe from them, and it was the first Meerschaum pipe that I truly loved, and that was about 2 years ago. It has been a long relationship. Before I ever had any YouTube channel, before I did anything in pipes at all, I had this relationship starting to form. When they did commissions for pipes, I commissioned a pipe from them. They don't do commissions anymore. They commissioned wood carvings from me. This has been a give and take, a relationship of artisans working together, kind of. So when I talk about their pipes, I am talking specifically a lot about their pipes because they sent me pipes for this video to use in this video to facilitate doing a Meerschaum video because we have a relationship, because they know that I'll get the pipes back to them, and because they know that I do pretty good work when it comes to this. So they haven't given me any money to do this video one way or the other, like to suggest them or not suggest them. I do suggest them because I have this relationship with them that I've developed over 2 years where I trust the brand. I trust what Mitch and Sarah are doing. So that is why I will mention them several times, because it's a good relationship and I've built it over the course of 2 years. So let's flip the camera around. We'll jump right into it and we'll take a look at pipes and why I feel the way I do about certain types of Meerschaum pipes. Okay, so when you're looking for Meerschaum pipes, I've got a lot of Meerschaum pipes here to go over. There are 2 types of Meerschaum that I want to make sure I go over. I don't have one type, I only have the good type. There is pressed Meerschaum and block Meerschaum. Pressed Meerschaum looks very much like a regular Meerschaum pipe, but it is not. They take Meerschaum shavings from carving a pipe. They will take it and treat it like what's that, plywood, where they sandwich it together with glue and they make a new block out of these pressed Meerschaum carving shavings. And so it's glue and Meerschaum combined, and then that is pressed Meerschaum. You don't want to get a pressed Meerschaum pipe. Its heat resistance is significantly lower than legitimate Meerschaum, and it doesn't color very well because it's full of glue. It is still Meerschaum, so it's still light. It does soak up some of the materials when you're smoking. It does color a little bit, but it doesn't do it well and it doesn't do it consistently. It is an inferior product. So you want to stay away from pressed Meerschaum versus regular Meerschaum. To start with, let's talk about tourist grade pipes. This is a tourist grade Meerschaum pipe that my father-in-law got from Turkey when he was there in the military. And he got a whole box of them, and they're really neat. I mean, they're really beautiful pipes, but the issue is that they are poorly constructed and they are made for more of decoration and less for smoking. So why do I say that? This is one that I tried smoking for a bit to see how it colored and see how it did. So it didn't get a chance to color very much at all. You can see a slight coloring right here around the base. But if you take notice, this cheap plastic stem colored really bad on the inside. Now I have cleaned it with alcohol. I've cleaned it with pipe cleaners, and that color is not coming away. The issue I find with these tourist grade pipes is they use the same screw-in pipe fitting here. So you see there's a little piece of Teflon here that screws into the Meerschaum. The Meerschaum is drilled out and threaded, and then they screw this Teflon into place, and then they have Teflon on this side here, this dowel ring right there, that pushes into place, much like a traditional pipe is for briar, push and pull kind of thing. But this can wind up coming loose, it can wind up breaking, and even on more expensive pipes that are not tourist grade like this one, I bought a lot of pipes and all of them had that threaded Teflon insert that comes down in there. I hate that Teflon insert. I don't like it in any way whatsoever. Some people don't mind it a bit and it doesn't bother them. For me, the cleaning of that Teflon insert is terrible. The way that it works is just remarkably horrible, and it is no fun in any way whatsoever. Here is something that can happen with those, and this is again a tourist grade pipe, right? The edge of it, the back edge of that Teflon broke off here, and now I can't get it out of there to even begin to unthread that Teflon. So you can still see the threads in there. It still works. There's enough of that Teflon down in there that I can push and pull this into. But as a smoker, it's not really going to be very useful because I'm not going to be able to clean it properly. Now, that is not an issue for most folks. And I want to make sure I state too, I have tested this a lot, that style of pipe, with some very expensive $250, $300 pipes from known makers who are very good. And I have found that even on those pipes, I do not like that connection type. Most of my opinions on what you want to look for are going to be in regards to form over function with how the pipe works. I like the push and pull type of connection that briar pipes offer. This pipe in my hand is an MBSD pipe with a briar piece right here on the outer edge that allows the briar to accept a push and pull stem. Now, why would they not just do that directly in the Meerschaum? Because Meerschaum over time is going to loosen, so it has to have something here, whether it be Teflon or briar or silver or something to allow this connection to be made. If you don't have anything, you just have the Meerschaum, it's going to wind up degrading, it's going to wind up breaking, it's going to wind up being problematic. So I really like this briar technology that MBSD Pipes is using for a lot of their pipes. They are not the only person doing this briar thing. There's a carver named F. Baki, and he's got several pipes with the same kind of fit and finish. His pipes are insanely expensive, and he stopped carving. And the only person I have seen making pipes that have this briar type of connection is MBSD Pipes and the artisans that they reach out to. Now, MBSD Pipes is a United States company, and they have a relationship with carvers in Turkey who are making pipes for them. I can't establish a relationship myself with random carvers in Eskişehir, so having a go-between is kind of a must, or having a larger corporate entity that is handling it, whether that be Imperial Meerschaums or what have you, that you're looking to get pipes from. That is a better way of going, because you're not going to establish a relationship with some artisan carver over there. So when it comes to connection types, there's really just two connection types I really enjoy, and that's the briar connection type and also this silver connection type, because it's still the same thing going on. So on this figural Meerschaum, this is one that was loaned to me by MBSD Pipes, the purpose of this video. This is a reverse calabash pipe because it has a large chamber right here that's open, so as you smoke, air comes in here and can mix around and cool before it goes out the rest of the pipe. This silver right here, this is 925 silver, absolutely beautiful. It will hold and accept an acrylic stem, and so as you push it in, it just stays right in place, and then you can smoke the pipe as you want to, and then when you need to clean it, you can just pull it right out. With a briar pipe, you can't just pull it out immediately. You need to wait and let it cool, because the briar can wind up stretching or whatnot and causing a problem. With a pipe like this, you don't have to wait. This is called an army mount, and it is not just with reverse calabash pipes. I've got another army mount over here. This is a different pipe than MBSD Pipes sent me to have for the video. And this one has 925 silver as well, and it just pops right out. And you can see it's also got a little bit of briar in the back end that silver mounts into right there. So this is a really nice pipe as well, and I would absolutely own a pipe like this because of how that connection is. This connection and how easy it is to make that connection and remove, that matters to me, because it's so much easier to clean a pipe like this than it is one like those with that threaded Delrin Teflon kind of thing going on. That Teflon is just terrible. It's not robust, and you absolutely can buy replacement Teflon threaded inserts for your Meerschaum pipes if you go that direction. You absolutely can, and you can fix them yourself. I don't want that to fix my pipes. I want to buy a pipe I'm not going to fix. I want to buy a pipe that's going to be fine from now on, and all I got to do is clean it and maintain it. I don't want to buy a pipe that I have to buy new threaded Teflon inserts for just to put them in. This pipe is the first pipe I got from MBSD. As I mentioned earlier, I've had a relationship with them for 2 years. I looked on the site, saw the poker, I thought it looks fantastic, and I said I wasn't sure about that briar insert right there. And this one doesn't have briar on the outside. The briar is pushed into the inside of the Meerschaum. And I thought, man, I don't know about that. It's probably going to be pretty terrible. It's probably going to be pretty brittle. And I thought that would be too thin to really be robust. But this pipe has been the workhorse of my smoking for 2 years. I take it to work with me. I smoke it at least 3 times a day, 4 or 5 times, 6 times sometimes. But for 2 years, I have smoked this pipe and just absolutely loved everything about it. It is the daily driver for me. It is the pipe I smoke most often. This is another pipe that I've gotten from MBSD Pipes, and it also has a briar insert right there inside there. And you can see it's starting to color too from the frequency with which I smoke it, and that push-pull kind of thing going on makes it really easy to use, really easy to operate. I don't have any problems with it or with cleaning it. That's fantastic. The third pipe I think I got was this one. It's an Ahmet Govum pipe, and it is that military mount 925 silver, again, reverse calabash. This one has gotten a lot of smoking from me, and it's when I realized, when I was smoking this one, I realized what type of connection I wanted. I wanted one that was push-pull, that didn't have that cheap plastic thing going on, and this is, again, Ahmet Govum. This pipe was when I realized what type of connections I really liked, and it was when I got to MBSD site that I wound up getting more. So these 4 Meerschaum pipes here are mine. These ones back here are all ones that were loaned to me for the purpose of this video by MBSD Pipes. These ones are mine too, from my father-in-law, and then of course this one is mine too, but it's from Ahmet Govum rather than MBSD Pipes. So when it's all about connection type for me and how the pipes, the stems connect to the stummels. It is about that and that only. When it comes to different styles of pipes, here is a little bitty poker with a carbon fiber tube, right? This one, it doesn't have a 9mm filter, is just a straight pipe, and you can clean it with just a single pipe cleaner, and so you don't need to remove the stem, and the stem on this isn't removable, but even then it is still fitted with that briar insert to keep it in there secure and not going anywhere. So that's a fantastic little pipe, and that's a good little smoker too. You don't have to remove this carbon fiber tubing there to get anything out of it. That's a really nice little pipe. And like the thing about Meerschaum too, the other thing I didn't mention right off the bat is it is so incredibly light that a pipe like this you can clench barely in your teeth, and it is just, I mean, there's like no weight whatsoever. I mean, like I just feel like it's so airy. It is incredibly wonderful. If I have a pipe made out of briar as the size of this, it is not going to be one that I can clench and hold in my teeth and smoke for long, because it'll be so big and so heavy. But this one, this is what I call my desk pipe. It is constantly sitting on my desk, and when I'm here at home and I'm wood carving, that's the one that gets smoked. This one has a vulcanite stem, and you can see it started to oxidize a little bit there because I haven't been taking care of it as much as I should, but I'll go ahead and buff that out at some point here in the near future. So, in summation, when it comes to Meerschaum pipes, my opinions are all about that connection type, and having that briar connection really, really, really matters. It matters so much that having that screw-in tenon, that screw-in Teflon kind of thing, made me get rid of $200 and $300 pipes and sell them for half the price to somebody else just to get them out of my house because I hated them so much. You can find pipes that have connection types like that that are not just from MBSD Pipes, and they're the sponsor of today's video, like this one here, that 925 silver. There are connections like that, the Army mount stock connections all over the place. There's a lot of folks making that. So if you want to go with that silver connection, you can get those anywhere. But if you want to go with the briar connection type, which is what I have the most of and what I like the most, that is really just MBSD supplying that. And this is a non-filtered pipe, but that briar just makes it so solid, reliable, and easy to use, easy to clean. It makes it so that the experience of smoking it is just a breeze, and I'm not having to work at it. This is a 9mm filtered pipe. And even then, that large piece of briar, I kind of like being able to see the briar like this as well, and not just the hidden ones. But again, I've got varieties where it's hidden, and I got varieties where it's not. So you've got the option. Like this one here is a newer one, unsmoked, I should say, from MBSD pipes, where it's hidden inside of there, and you can see what that looks like. It's just really nice. It's just, it allows you to have that push-pull thing. You still have to wait for it to cool to pull the stem out, because that's briar, and it could wind up stretching or loosening over time. But yeah, that is the extent of my opinions on Meerschaum pipes. And that's all I got for you today, folks. Thank you so much for sticking around the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to head over to Facebook, Instagram. Give me a like and a follow over there if you will. And outside of that, I'll see you next time. Bye.